just explain that. But that's just my adopted brother. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. No, thanks for explaining that because I thought she was going
Sure.
totally off the rails.
Right. Well,
Um,
she did according that little video. Oh my goodness gracious. That
yes.
it's just comical. I think it's funny though, Kathy, that she's just so sea salty that she's getting called out for being a liar. I
And
mean,
yeah.
it's just, it's sorry, but if you're gonna lie and get caught, that's again, people don't want to, believe that she had a procedure. I never said that I didn't believe she had it. I said it would be interesting because I don't believe anything she says because of what she said in the past. It's always been a lie.
Yes.
So why would I believe that?
Well,
I mean, the extent
this is
she's
our
gone
point.
to.
Yeah.
Well,
I
exactly.
mean,
Because like I said, she did her own self a disservice because I went way back on Kiwi Farms and I was looking at stuff that, she tried to take, her mom's name tag and make it like she was a
mhm,
nurse. And I was like,
right.
because I had heard those rumors when she first came to the community and hasn't been 2 years. It was January. We've known her just a little over a year.
Hmm.
We've been subjected to her nonsense. So, but so I had heard rumor of that when she was first coming around, and I didn't know anything about it, so I was just thinking, okay, whatever. And it doesn't surprise me at this point. And when with all the other stuff that got called out from the other community, and then stuff that we've seen firsthand. So, duh.
Yeah. Yeah. And she had done this earlier video in the morning. I was still blinking sleep out of my eyes and staring at my coffee pot with resentment because it was taking too slow. Um,
I know. Hi, Dan, honey.
instantly. Hi, Dan. And this proof video pops up, and I kind of don't have patience for her that early in the morning, so I was kind of in and
Definitely
out with
not.
it. And she was waving around some papers about um, care after surgery, and all of a sudden, and and I'm going, stop showing us paper. Show us your scar.
Yeah,
And
well,
I don't have to show you my scar. Hey,
and
no,
I,
that.
I, I was just kind of like, she said something about getting her channel taken down. We wanted her to show this or show that or whatever. And I'm like, no. I think, she gets confused. Maybe we sound alike. I don't know. I'm extra foggy today sounding because my sinus medicine, I'm waiting
Mhm.
and praying for it to kick in because I've been running around. It's like, oh, I can't breathe. So it is what it is. But, Hi Nova, she just, I don't know where it's the stuff that's so outrageous, like that last video with the innuendos to slavery and that kind of stuff was very disrespectful for one. But that's the best she can do.
I
So come on,
guess so.
Krusty the Clown. I think you can do a little better than that, honey. Come on. When you quit lying, then I'll quit calling you out for being a liar. As simple as that. So, and again, uh, she always goes back to, I don't have to show this, I don't have to prove that. Well, neither do I. I don't go around screeching to YouTube that I'm this, I'm that, and go to Walmart and fake weigh-in and fake cruising and just whatever. I don't go around doing that.
Neither
I
do I,
think
so I don't need to prove
no,
anything.
exactly. And neither one of us. I've never claimed to be a size 2. I don't know whether she's like, prove it, prove it. Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't go around YouTube faking shit and saying I lost. And remember this one. This
Oh,
is an
the
oldie
30
but
pounds
goodie.
in 4 days. I like that. That
Yes,
was
yeah,
my favorite.
yeah, I did too. I loved that. I was like going, wow, sign me up for that. That COVID weight would be boop gone. So that would be fun. Hey, Rotten. So it's just like, okay. It's like, what? So it's just comical. It's outlandish. And if she weren't so salty about it, she'd just, be going off all the time, all the time, all the time. And we're reacting to it because it's just so funny we have to, and it's just I don't get it. And again, all the stuff that she's come up with over the last several years. I've never done this. I'm not a liar. You're the liar. Huh? Okay, show me the cruise tickets. Oh, I don't have to show you anything. I bet her. What was she showing? Like a couple $100 laying
$600.
on the table, whatever.
$600.
Oh, okay. Oh, 600.
Yeah.
I told her I'll take that bet. Show me those tickets. Show me the tickets. But now she can't redact a bunch of shit on it either. I want to see it. I want to see the ticket because I think she forgets that certain people follow her fairly closely. And when she originally booked this, said she was booking this little cruise, screenshots were going off right and left. Okay. And it was the 25th.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think maybe in her mind, she forgot what day it was that she was supposed to go because here she is. I'm in this beautiful hotel the night before my beautiful cruise. And I'm like, wait a minute. Let me, I thought that cruise was the 25th. And so I'm going back and looking. I had to go back forever and search and search. And finally I found it. It was like, yep, it was the 25th. So, come to find out later, all that other stuff. First, it was, I had the fever and they wouldn't let me on. And and I did catch, I don't know, I think you did. Did you catch that little 8-second video of me at the cruise port terminal? Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. The voiceover.
Exactly. And, I was just like, okay. And look, it even shows the time in the corner. Like, okay, right. Okay. Sure, sister. Anybody can change the time on your device. So it's like, okay, whatever, or the date or just whatever. And so that was really good too. And again, so that was the first thing. It was nope, they wouldn't let me on board, but yet she has a COVID test. Supposedly she paid extra for to show that, she had taken, the test. And for one thing, again, it is extremely rare, because the boats come in back to back. Then she tried to say it didn't sail out of, or it couldn't come into the port because of the weather. Honey, the boat was already there. The boat was already in the port. The boat leaves from the port. It doesn't come in and you get on and leave. The boat is already there. And generally, the cruises, they work them back to back. So people, when they come in from a cruise, the one that's getting ready to go, the people get off the boat that have been on the boat,
Mm-hmm.
and their trip is finished. Well, that leaves staff time to redo the cabins, the food, or they're bringing all the food back on board, taking out the trash, doing what they need to do. So that's a lengthy process. That's not just done in a few minutes. So that's why ships, when they sail anywhere from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock is when they set sail
I
in
did
the
not know that.
afternoon.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's generally when they set sail. And on the last cruise we were on, we let the Norwegian company take care of everything. It was just easier that way. And we were almost late. Our flight came in on time, but the Seattle airport, they, have the little greeting cards and they hold them up. Well, they were looking for our group in the wrong area. So when the ship's liaison came down and got us all, she's like, we don't have to hurry or anything because they know we're coming. I'm like, well, that's good. Guess it'd be like beyond you guys to get me out to that ship. But so everything was fine. But we got on the ship, and I think literally it was like an hour, 2 hours later that it left. So we
Right.
cut it fairly close. So you don't generally board before noon because they're too busy trying to get passengers off, get the common areas clean, do what they need to do, restaff, and restock everything and get the cabins ready for the next people. So yeah, that's just, and every line is different. Every line is different. And I think I heard her at one point make fun of me saying RCL, like that was an old term. No, it just stands for Royal Caribbean Line. So just like NCL is Norwegian Cruise Line. Hello. That's
By
just
the
not
way,
something to buffalo me
let,
on.
let me ask you something. When she
Sure.
does these videos and she tags us, do you get a notification?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
Okay, I don't
um,
either, so I'm not sure why she does it. I've actually blocked her. The only reason why I see her is because I can physically put her in the search bar and it'll come up. Or
Right, right,
somebody in Discord says, "You who's alive is live," so I can go through that. But
right.
so I'm not entirely sure why she's tagging me because I never see it until somebody tells me it's there. So
Right, pretty much same. I'm
yeah,
not sub to her,
yeah,
so
I'm not either. Yeah, so it doesn't work. So sorry, you need to
maybe
figure
that's
something out.
why. Maybe that's why, because we aren't sub to her. So
That's probable. Yeah.
yeah, it might be. But so I don't know. I just, I don't feel bad for her because
Oh no.
it's just so blatant. The lying is so blatant, and she tries to twist the stuff and flip it to her perspective, and it's just like, oh, please. It's not working. I'm sorry. So,
No
and
matter
I don't,
how you try to rewrite it or reframe it, it's still the same lie. And
yeah,
no, you keep
exactly.
thinking we are dehumanizing you. We're not dehumanizing you. If we were dehumanizing you, we wouldn't acknowledge your existence.
Well, true.
So
Right. Right. And
yeah,
and I didn't know it was dehumanizing someone to call them out lying.
I guess so.
So, and if anything, she's doing it to herself. She's
No,
doing
I
it
think
to
she
herself.
is.
If she
I think
wouldn't go, and I think I even said this the other night at Candy's, if she would just be stay in her lane, be likable, and don't come on these, rants and claim, mental illness and, yes, I'm going to be good one day and bad one day. So I'm sorry, that does not cut it. If you know that you're having a bad day, don't even log on. Go for a walk. Go do something else.
mhm.
But she does not do that. She really doesn't. She would much rather rant because she likes this drama. She likes this
Of course
attention.
she does.
So
Of
we might
course
as well
she
give it to her.
does. Mhm.
Because that's she's not gonna, if she wants to stop yapping and stop lying, then I'll stop calling her out for it.
Exactly. She keeps trying to point fingers at us for starting shit when her name is never in my titles anymore. We never refer
No,
to her.
nope,
Um, I don't tag her.
nope.
Um, so I made you a promise I'd keep your name out of my mouth, and it's done.
Yep.
Don't blame me if we have to figure out another way how to refer to you, which opens the door to a plethora of fun names.
Oh yeah, Krusty the Clown's my day one for today.
Okay, that is her designated tag today. Krusty Clown.
Yep, Krusty Clown. Yep, yep. So I mean, it's again,
Mm.
I just don't understand the point of it all. She sits there and, oh no, people like me. Well, that you could be like, because I've always been straight up front and said she was very likable. But then we get to this, grade school, high school stuff where, like, I think somebody else said it the other night. She wants to sit at the cool kids table,
Mhm.
and so she'll do anything and she'll lie to do it. So and it's like, what's the point? Who cares who's at what table, or who cares on who supports who? Just, you know, that's why maybe she can't help. Maybe this is who she is. Maybe this is be herself. Maybe this is herself.
But you
Maybe
have
this
to
is it.
ask at one point in your life, you have to sit down and ask yourself, how is this working out for you? Because it's
Well,
not.
no, it's not. It isn't. And she wants to blame everybody else along the lines. No, it's this community's fault. No, it's this community's fault. No, it's this community's fault. It's
Mhm.
it's never, she says she owns her shit. No, she hasn't.
No,
I've
never.
never seen her own it.
Nope.
Never.
Nope.
I've never seen her provide a receipt for anything. Again, that goes back to very clearly what we talked about that one January where she kept saying a certain person said something vile about someone else and she had a voice recording of it. And so we're all like, well, okay, because we know he can get upset sometimes and get pretty salty and with his verbiage, but he's usually pretty harmless. So we were like, and I even stood up for him during all that debacle. I'm like, prove it. Let's hear it. Okay. And then she supposedly sent it to, the other creators, one of her mods, and then, they didn't get it because supposedly it got sent to the wrong place. Well, sweetheart, it's still in your sent folder to this day. It's still there unless you clean all your stuff out. So it's still sitting in your sent folder. So why it couldn't get sent again to the correct person, I'll never know. So that didn't make sense. So then again, we waited and waited and waited and waited. Well, I was on a different area that at that time, and so they got involved. And they're like, please show this. We'll wait too. But no, never did manifest as any kind of proof. Nothing. So, again, she wants to go around and yap and yap and yap about lying. Oh, okay. Where's the 911 call? You don't have it. You lied about that. So again, why does she think that anything that's going to come out of her mouth right now is believable by anything? Because it's just past behavior predicts future behavior. And so that's why I say I don't believe anything she says.
Yeah. You cannot change anything that you cannot acknowledge. So try again.
Exactly. Oh, poor Nova. She's smart though. Nova, I wish I could drink just all water. I get one diet soda a day, and that's it.
Yuck.
And I know.
I don't like pop. So we're so opposite.
And I wish I didn't. I mean, I switched over to some of the sparkling waters. I can do those because I can actually trick my mind into going, you're getting a soda, Kate. It's cool. And with the carbonation, and still sometimes. But I did find a water that I do like. And my husband bought some of these at Sam's. And I like the Hint water. It's really good. And then he bought some Body Armor Light. And I actually like it pretty well too. So, it's a little bit healthier choices and stuff. So that's good. And that's what, trying to be good and trying to behave myself. But, it's nice though. Summer's here. So I am happy about that. And I can get out and get my Crystal Light and make my sun tea, and I'm a happy camper. So that's a little bit better for me, but I'm being good. I'm being good.
I'm glad. Just had to adjust my chair here.
Yeah, we were kicking some good ass last night at game night. Rotten with our roosters flew out of the hen house for a while and then finally came back and was doing good. But yeah, I don't get it. I don't. And she can just screech to the choir because apparently, what we say, nobody cares what you say. Well, apparently you do.
Yeah,
because you have to go live and screech about it and make videos about it and show proof about it, but she never shows the correct kind of proof.
No. Apparently, holding a pamphlet is proof.
Yeah, I guess so. So, and because that's and that maybe she was getting us confused too about who said what, because all I did say too was that if someone had that type of surgery, with her reputation and history, she would be the first one to go, look.
Yeah, look, yeah. Absolutely. And Krusty, nobody wanted to look at your titties.
Exactly. Oh my God, that keeps coming up.
Somebody wanted to look, or me specifically, if you like, wanted to see your biopsy scar.
Yeah, and that's on your throat.
Discreetly moved your shirt and your brassiere aside to show. Nobody wanted to see your titties.
Yeah, and she is kind of obsessed with that too. Yeah. No, trust me. No. No. It's okay. I'm good. Oh, yikes. But it's, I don't understand. Hey, Ro, how you doing, hon? It's Monday.
Come on up. Come join the panel. I pinned the link if you want.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to have her.
You have to go to work, but still come up for 5 minutes or so. We can
because I mean, I love that there's another creator making fun of another creator that they just think it's hilarious to poke fun and stuff. and they put on the channel, "This is the last video I'm going to make." There's a whole nother line behind
Wah,
them. I'm like,
wah, wah.
exactly. Another pair for you that are just like, yeah, okay.
Smelody and Pet
Mm,
Ed. Way to go.
yeah.
What a duo. Do they think they're Sonny and Cher, by the way? Because I'm yeah.
Hey, whatever floats your boat, whatever floats your boat. But again, it's just like Depp and Heard. Not all the parties are innocent here.
No.
Okay. And, as far as I'm concerned, Johnny, bless his heart, I'm a fan. I've always been a fan, but he screwed this one up because he never should have married her.
Hmm.
And she screwed it up too, because if she was being abused this badly by this man, why did she marry him years after this abuse started?
Well,
That makes no
I think she
sense.
planned to take him down and take his fortune in the divorce. Now, can I just jump a little back there? And everybody's, doing the knee to and worshiping the ground that Johnny Depp walks on. Let's not forget, folks, that he has cheated on both of his wives.
Yeah. Yep.
He is no saint.
No.
Um, but he has never, as far as we know, ever abused any of his partners. And but let's not saint or canonize him and call him Saint Johnny, because he's no saint. He's got his
Exactly.
own
He's not.
issues. Yeah. So in this, yeah, absolutely, I'm Team Johnny. I hope he gets revenge and she gets a jail sentence. Um, and you know what really concerns me about that, Amber? She's got a baby.
Oh,
And that is
wow.
scary. That is scary. What kind of
Yeah.
mother will she be to that child?
Yeah, that is scary. And I
Yeah.
do agree with what Rochelle said, about the other creators. She said, it's not shade what he's doing, and it's not right. She talks shit, but I've never heard her talk about Pet Ed looks, no top teeth. Who's he scared to show himself on social media anymore? He thinks he's a Jack Sparrow wannabe, I guess.
I have no
And
idea what he's doing, but
right,
anybody that types an accent needs to go
yeah.
sit down. Take some time
Thank
off.
you, Catherine. Thank you.
Smoke
Because,
some
when
reefer.
I'm Hawaiian, that's how we talk. No. And nobody's confusing it on my end with Jamaican, because don't insult the Jamaican people, okay? Um, if you don't, I just don't understand how he thinks that comes across. It comes across as absolutely the most ridiculous, foolish shit
Hmm.
I've ever seen. Because Hawaiian people don't come out and go, "Da this and da that and what have you," and
No,
count like you got a mouthful of marbles. That's just not how it works, okay?
I think the
And I'm
brother
sorry.
watches too much TV.
Yeah, I have a feeling you might be right there. But yeah, he's a poser, and I agree that. I agree with that. No, but you're the sweetest ever. We just adore you. And but it's just ridiculous. The people that cry the most are the ones that dish the most shit.
Interesting, isn't it?
It is interesting.
I
So,
wish I knew more of the psychology in it, but that's a really interesting point.
well, yeah, and I mean, certain people, I'm leaving, and somebody else said it too, recently, and I don't know who said. I just remember seeing it, but there are new things now, in the reporting system. So, the
Yeah.
people that want to come around and sit there and suicide bait, there's ways you report that now, which I'm so
Yay!
thankful for, because it's ridiculous, because that's what these people fall back on. I'm
Right.
leaving. I'm never coming back. Well, 2 hours later, hi.
Bye.
It's just silly. If you want to leave, don't let YouTube hit you in the ass on the way out.
Yeah, and I can recommend a bridge.
Well, and since when, I didn't know you had to announce your things.
Yeah.
I mean, I would tell my friends behind the scenes if I needed to, leave for a while or do whatever. But I'm not going to go on and make a big video and announce it and make community posts that are 5 miles long. And this is why, and it's because of narcissists. And it's like, stop. And that's not, I'm not talking about just one person. I'm talking, this kind of goes for a few people here.
There's
And
a
so
few
it's like,
people
come on.
do it,
Yeah, there are a few. So it's just like, come on, guys, just leave and have a good day and do what you need to do. And life goes on, you know? Sure,
Um,
we worry about people. We worried about Rotten because Rotten wasn't around for a while. And we'd be kind of going, well, I hope Rotten's okay. We haven't seen him in a while. But, when he came back and we all knew what happened and we all wish him well and hope, he a speedy recovery, nobody was like, oh my God, that he didn't come on and, make this thing. He didn't have to. It's not his place to let his YouTube friends know what's going on in his real life. I mean, maybe he got to tell a few people behind the scenes, and that's great. But again, it's not our business. Like we knew Candy was taking a time out, but it's not our business to come and tell her business.
yeah.
So that's not how it works. People
And
can
we have
ask
to
about
announce.
anybody all they want.
Yeah,
And
and really, people are. There are a few gentle souls that believe it or think there's, if they can talk to them, they'll talk them out of it, and God bless you for that. But this has been going on since the internet was a thing.
yeah.
Because way
Oh, I
back in
agree with that,
'03,
Catherine.
when I first got online, it was happening even then.
Oh gosh,
You know,
yes. Oh my gosh, remember the message rooms and like the AOL
yep,
stuff and
yep,
oh
yep.
my goodness Lord. You know.
And after a while, you kind of catch on. Why, and then you
Well,
come
you
back.
do. You do. And see, and that's one thing. I see a lot of people that, oh, well, they think they're being supportive. No, you're being encouraging.
Yes.
And that's fine. And again, if that's what they want to do and that's what they think is a friend, then that's fine. I mean, I'm not going to be mean to my friends, even my online friends I care about, but I'm not going to tell them what to do. But if I see something, I'm going to kind of go, and I'm not going to do it in public or just whatever, but I'm going to maybe behind the scenes go, hey, and I have, and I can say this, I've really never had, I've had disagreements with my friends online, but I've never gone and had, a temper tantrum or a fit or had to make people do this or do that. I've never been that way. I don't know anybody that has. It doesn't work.
Hmm.
So it's just redundant. So I just think that it's not a helpful behavior to blow smoke. That's just the way I feel. That's the way I feel. And
And what
other
do you
people
get out of it?
indirectly call them out indirectly, which I think is kind of funny because if you pay attention lately, certain people have been very interestingly calling people out very indirectly, but I've seen it and I get it.
And
So,
we do it to an extent,
yeah,
only
yeah.
because, false flagging videos is a thing. So I
Oh,
can
I
play the game.
know.
I'm not stupid. I can play the game. There is a reason why I don't show anybody's video or say anybody's name. What do you think that is?
Exactly. Exactly. And
Not
and
only
then,
does, and I'll confess this, Kate, I do it on purpose because I know that these this person is just waiting to report. Just one, I've seen the activity on Twitter.
oh yeah.
Um, so I know what she's doing. So because of you, this is the way I do it.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
because
and I'm
it's
still getting
out in the
views. I'm
open.
still getting people to my lives. They know who I'm talking about. Um, so yeah, suck it.
Exactly. And well, yeah, because it's funny. It's that double standard again. It's,
Yeah,
out in public eye, they're like, oh, well, shame on you for doing this, doing that, doing that. And then behind the scenes, they are just rifling stuff off to,
yeah.
to YouTube and all this other stuff. And it's just like, it's comical. It is. It is. So for people that claim they don't care so much, then why are you trying to flag every little thing anybody does? And
Yeah,
I didn't realize this with the other creator that was doing a reaction on someone else. I'm glad she got her videos back because she was just like, you know what, this is ridiculous, because you kind of went through the same thing.
I did.
And so, I thought it was funny that I went and read some of the comments on that channel, and I was just like, yep. So now a whole new way thing starts, but that's what she wants. She needs that, actually. She needs that traffic because she doesn't have it. And if she's going to keep up her traffic, then, but the false flagging is going to get you in trouble, and it is becoming a problem. And, in light, social media is about ready to get a big, big crackdown because of
Is
some of the things that have just happened recently within the last few days. So, I'm going to be interested to see the impact on,
yeah. I mean, if you're going to live stream a crime and think you're going to get clout from it,
I know.
where's your clout when you're in prison? You don't get to have your phone and your computer in prison.
No. And, and I wish they hadn't even have given him the time of day to be put on TV and shown his face and shown
Yeah.
his name, because he doesn't deserve it.
No.
He doesn't deserve it.
But then again,
yeah. The whole thing.
My point being that the news is just as bad as the internet.
Well, you know what? It is. I agree with that, Kathy. It's funny too, because we all, and I don't talk politics. I don't even talk politics with my own family because, oh my God, some people in my family are just like, okay. And it's just not worth the fight. But, I'm going to respect their opinion. I mean, they respect mine. We don't get in like knockdown dragouts, or don't go to Thanksgiving or Christmas because so-and-so is going to be there and they voted for so-and-so. That's not how we roll. It's, whatever.
Yeah.
But we get some shade from time to time, hey, we'll throw some shade here and there. But, we're still a family and we respect each other's decisions. And, I'll be kind of one of the first ones there to go, I told you so, but that kind of stuff. But, it is what it is. And that's just it. So I just think there's a lot of things left to not be discussed. But, and again, she needs to take down that little video. Not if she wants to redo it, fine, but take out the racial stuff in there. I'm not a racist person. Just because I have someone in my family is of a different race does not make me not racist. But I'm just saying, when you present yourself in the video that she just did not too long ago, that was, and I went and I had to watch it a couple times too because I was laughing so hard. But anyways, but it's very disrespectful.
It is.
And, just because her father is so-and-so of a certain race, which she claimed, I thought it was Dominican Republican, but anyways.
That's what I was going to say.
Right. And, and so that didn't meet the narrative, but she needed it to meet the narrative, so she changed it to African. Now,
I think
I don't care.
She honestly believes that all Black people are from Africa.
Maybe she does. I don't know.
I think she probably does. And she doesn't realize that a lot of white people are born and live in Africa.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. And, it's and racism goes different ways too, because there's all different forms of racism. Racism isn't just about the color of your skin. There can be all kinds of different aspects to racism. So, she needs to, pick and choose very carefully. And that was, the tone that she used and the verbiage that she used, that was very disrespectful.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was disrespectful towards me, or definitely, or really to you. It was the situation that I thought it was, it was desperate. Maybe that's a more term too.
The tone of voice, her attempt
exactly.
Deep South accent, which was
right,
really offensive. Um,
Well, it was. I
yeah,
thought it was. I thought it was very offensive. And, again, she'll, make excuses for that and excuses for this because that's just what it is. It's an excuse. It's an excuse.
yeah.
So,
So whatever
again,
intoxicants you're consuming, stop it. You know? You're
well,
making a
I'm
fool out of
sorry.
yourself online.
Well, in that video, I don't know. She sounded off. She sounded like, she was definitely off. So I don't know. I don't
Off
know.
her meds.
Well, not necessarily, maybe a little bit, maybe on more of her meds or something, a little too much, maybe, because that's just, I mean, she seemed to be,
Mhm.
I don't know, screechy, uh, just, I don't
Slightly
know.
hysterical. Yeah.
Yes, yes, thank you, yes. So, and again, for what? For what? She got called out about lying on a cruise. This has nothing to do with race. She's the one that made a video at my adopted brother that I used the N word with. No, maybe she should go back and listen a little bit more carefully because I'm not going to retell the story.
Don't. Yeah.
I told it to you earlier. You get it. Other people probably know the story, but it's none of her business. And I have no intention of hashing it out. So it's fine. She can think whatever she wants to think. She's the one being racist, not me.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. But, like I said, she's really reaching. And again, all for what? Because she lied about a cruise? Big deal. Own it. I'll leave her alone. I offered her the $600. Hey, honey, I'll give you the $600. But like I said, we can't have redacted stuff. I need to see it for that kind of
No.
money. So,
Yeah.
but
So
and again,
and
we know that'll never happen. That'll never happen. Never happen. So, and again, I missed the live earlier, and I'm sorry I did because I was out actually doing things that I get accused of all the time. That nope, I'm on YouTube 24/7. Well, sadly, when I'm in my car, sometimes my stuff doesn't work right. I don't know if it's because I'm kind of out a little bit that it doesn't, and maybe I'm not close enough to a tower. But I can connect and everything, but it'll buffer real bad, and it just annoys me, and I turn it off. So it's like whatever. So I was out running and I missed it. So, and again, if you're going to, and what's the big deal here? And this is directed to you, Krusty. What's the big deal? Why do you have to go on these rants? And clearly you want me to hear it. Clearly you want us to hear it all. So why do you delete it? Why do you dirty delete? Explain that to me. Explain that. Explain it. Maybe it's because she sounds so stupid in her ramblings that finally people are going, oh, wow, okay, she is a little bit off. So, but leave it up. If you want me to hear it, because clearly you do, or you wouldn't have done it to begin with. So clearly you want the attention from it. So leave it up. Leave it up. Leave it up.
yeah, you're lately coming up with this. I say it with my chest. I own my shit. Well, clearly you're not, because as soon as you shit, you delete it.
I know exactly, Kathy. It's like, okay. So, yeah,
Contradiction much?
yeah, well, exactly, exactly. And if you're going to talk about me, at least let me hear it. God. So, hey. But because yeah, like when we're done with this, your lives stay up.
Yeah.
Rochelle's lives are there, but she picks and chooses what she's releasing, and that's fine. But you don't delete unless there's a reason for it. So, that's what I say. So,
Hmm.
Krusty, deleting.
Things that make you go, hmm.
Exactly. Exactly. So I just think, hey, if she's going to keep screeching my name, and I said this a long time ago, if I hear my name come out your mouth, you're going to hear yours. So again, well, in a form of it, anyways.
Well, yeah, we're
So,
gonna talk about it, and
right,
it's gonna trigger you, and you asked for it, you got it.
right, right, right? Because again, you know, she sits there and says that, oh, I don't take things in real life. I don't do that. You people are the ones that do that. Well, wasn't there just a little community post recently about someone that she's going to another state to visit? And why she quoted an Italian building, I'll never know, but okay. Yeah, I don't know if she was trying to think of another Italian phrase, but she used the building, a word to describe a building. So I was like, okay, whatever, because that's what the word means in Italian. So I was just kind of throwing a little bit about that. But we know clearly who she was talking about. Clearly who she was talking about, and that was a very low key threat. But
Oh
no,
yeah.
she doesn't take things in real life, does she? Come on, guys, she doesn't do
No.
that.
Apparently, she knows some bad guys,
Please, she would shit
and the
herself.
bad guys are going to
So,
put themselves in jeopardy for her fat ass. Don't think
oh,
so.
exactly, exactly. I mean, what's the point? What's the point? I know she's never going to come where I am. I'm not worried about that. I'm not. She's the when I log off at night, she is the absolute last thing.
Uh, Hear you, sister.
Yeah.
I nope. I have to, as soon as I'm off the computer, I've got things in my life that
Yep.
occupy my time.
Yep. Like you guys, I think you saw me around this morning.
Yep.
And I was around a little bit this morning because we were talking about Amber Turd and that kind of stuff. And you know, it's going to be interesting kind of to see what they are going to do because Bruckenheimer already said that they're replacing Johnny Depp. He's no longer going to be Captain Jack. Whatever. The fans aren't going to like that. I guarantee it. The fans will be like, fine, take
What?
your pirate movies and stick
Tell
them.
me what was the point to saying that? You just tanked your movie.
Well, exactly. And, you know, but he said too, though, he wasn't going to come back.
That,
So,
but right, okay. So
right.
bury Jack to Captain Jack and move on to something else. It's
Exactly.
done.
Now,
It's done. It's the
Disney
hmm. No, go
Disney
on.
is not like what Disney used to be. Disney's been taking a lot of heat for a lot of stuff lately. And Florida is
Yeah.
getting kind of aggravated for one. Now I know there's Disneyland is in California and Disney World is in Orlando. Now, if anybody has ever been to Disney in Orlando, I'm here to tell you. It's a huge pain in the ass. Disney owns a huge chunk of land. Of course they do. You know, there's Animal Kingdom, there's Epcot, there's all, you know, the place is
Yep.
huge with their hotel properties and all this other cool stuff. And, you know, I don't have anything against Disney. My parents took us to Disney when they first opened. It was beautiful. We had a great time. But I'm just saying to try to get around, you cannot drive through Disney. Most places, you know, if you're driving on a highway or whatever, you can go through. Disney does not allow that. You have to go around Disney to get to point A to point B. And then there's toll roads. That's Florida loves their toll roads. It's like Jesus God. So, you know, but it's real huge pain in the butt. One of my brothers found that out when he got married down there. And we went down. And so we stayed. We had a blast. And actually, it was really cool. And this was before his name was known in real life, that The Rock was named Dwayne Johnson. And that really hadn't come out yet, his real name. And we had gone down because this is where they wanted to get married. And we're like, okay, fine. And he's like, I'll set everybody up at the hotel. I'm like, no, 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 we'll just book our own and fly down. It's not a big deal. And so we booked a couple nights at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. And oh my God, it was so cool. Oh, wow. I mean, you literally just open your curtains, there could be a giraffe standing there. And just like, wow. And it was, we had so much fun. It was really cool. But we had a party at our hotel for some of the, you know, the guests that had come in for the wedding. And as we were walking around, a friend of ours goes, oh, hey, Dwayne. And I'm looking and I'm like, that's The Rock. And she's like, yeah, we all went to high school together. And I'm like, you have got to be shitting me. And he was with his wife and his kids and stuff. I was so cute. And he was the nicest guy you'd ever want to meet. And it was so funny, though, because Kathy, you know, you see this guy, you think, you know, see him on TV and in the movies and stuff, and you think he's like 8 feet tall and shit.
He's
He's
average
not.
height. No.
He really is. He's not that big of a guy. Yes, he's got big muscles and all that other stuff. And but we all sat and had a drink, and he was absolutely very personable. He was the nicest guy. And I'm going, well, you guys kept this little tidbit that and these were friends of theirs that they had met when they went out west. And they all went to high school with him. So, and I'm like, well, it truly is a small world. So that's fun. And so that was really a cool thing that we sat around and did that. But you can't drive around. And he was messaging me. He's going, how do I go get to people? I'm trying to pick people up at the airport, but I keep getting stuck in all these different places. And I said, well, honey, you can't go through Disney. You have to go around. Now, Florida is talking about taking some of that away.
I heard. There's
So I'm
some.
like, ooh, that'll be good. So yeah, so that's going to be interesting to see what happens. But so yeah, it's a neat place. Don't get me wrong; it's a fun experience. I've been several times, but you know, it is what it is. And the coolest thing I saw was that Planet Hollywood, where they had one of Kate Winslet's dresses from Titanic. Because that's what Planet Hollywood does. They throw all of this cool memorabilia out there and stuff. And they had to drag me away. I'm too busy looking at this dress, going, damn. Man, my arm would fit in there, okay, maybe somewhere. It's just like, woo, girl. So, but it just was really cool experience. And and then Virgin Records was really fun to see. And I tell you, my absolute favorite place though in Disney is the Rainforest Cafe.
Pretty neat, huh?
Yeah, it's awesome. If you ever get a chance, Google it, and I'm sure there's videos somewhere out there. I don't know if the one at Disney is still there. I can't remember, but I do remember I did get to see it when they it's full of animatronic animals and that kind of stuff, and it's a really neat experience. And while we were waiting to get in, they have a volcano, and the volcano
Oh.
actually erupted, and you could feel the ground under your feet shaking. It was that cool of an effect, and everybody was just so, wow, this is so cool. And
Freaky.
it was really cool. It was neat, and the food was good. So it was typical Disney fare. It was fun. And then several years later, because when we went back for my first trip to Animal Kingdom, they had to stop with the erupting because it was damaging some of the surrounding buildings. So they had to stop making it erupt. But but it was still cool
Oh.
to go in and see, and they had a little gift shop, and because I'm a sucker for a gift shop. I mean, good Lord, guys, come on, I'm a big sucker for a gift shop. So it was a neat experience. But Disney is oh, I know, Rotten.
Okay, you need to tell me more about that because I haven't read anything about it.
Oh, this happened a few years ago, and it was specific to one of the characters. Now, I am sorry. I embarrassed the actual hell out of my husband.
Ooh.
I mean, I thought he was going to disown me. He walked away from me. He really did. He just looked at me and goes, oh my God, she did not just do that. We were going into Animal Kingdom, and as you come into some of the different kingdoms, the characters are there to greet you. Like, you'll see Tigger and Mickey and Minnie and Goofy and all the Disney characters. You'll see the princesses all dressed up and stuff. Okay, this is very well known about me. I am a Chip 'n Dale freak. I absolutely adore Chip 'n Dale. Well, there they were in their little chipmunk costumes. And I saw them and I went, oh my God, it's Chip 'n Dale. They just looked at me. My family went, oh God, oh God. And they looked too. I'm sure they're used to hugging the kids, and here this woman is coming at them going, Chip 'n Dale. And they're just like, oh God, what do we do? And they just hugged me, they had to. And so there's pictures. Oh my God, it was so much fun. But I embarrassed my entire family, and I don't care. I would do it all again. And but some of the characters got in trouble for being a little extra gropey.
Oh,
And my
really?
other favorite character is Tigger.
Mm-hmm.
And Tigger got arrested for actually being inappropriate with some minors. The guy that was in the Tigger suit.
Oh, no.
I was crushed. I was crushed because I was like, oh my God, you idiot. I said, now you made me hate Tigger. It's just like a certain person with some of their music videos, and I ain't watching it because I'm not going to have Prince arranged for me. I'm just not. I'm not. I refuse. So whenever it comes up, I'm like, nope, 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 nope. You're not going to make me. I don't want to. I don't got it, and I don't have to. And I'm not.
Well,
I'm not going to be scarred
the
for
last
life.
one she did, I wasn't a real fan of the song, so I could listen to it. But if you're going to do those for fun, and I know that's her defense of it, learn to lip sync.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's
Kathy.
bad enough that you're tone deaf, but learn to lip sync.
I'm sorry, but
And
yes.
that's all I'm going to say about that.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Oh my goodness. No shade. I'm sorry, but yes. And and again,
And
I'm
don't
saying if
take
you're gonna put that stuff out, then you best grow
a
some
thick
big
skin.
britches because you're gonna get comments. You're going
Right.
to get comments.
And
It
another
is
thing,
what
and
it
and
is.
and this is genuinely told. Don't take all lyrics literally. You
Right.
know,
Welcome back,
well,
Will.
with the pour the sugar on me.
Yeah.
You don't have to literally do
Yeah.
that.
And I'm
Don't
sorry,
do
y'all
that.
Canadians are kind of weird there, Kathy. I never knew sugar came in a milk carton, but hey,
No,
okay.
that particular brand in Canada or in Alberta specifically is it can come in that container.
Okay, very good. But
It's weird.
hi, Mary Marcy. I hope you are doing well. It's so good to see you. You are very missed. I hope you're well.
Yeah,
Sorry.
man. Thanks for dropping by.
Yes, thank you so much. It's always good to see you. And, for reasons I won't explain, I don't go and see you in your natural habitat, but I'm glad that you are doing well. If that made sense, I'm so sorry. Just trying not to be
Well,
out of
those of
line
us
here.
that know, know. Those that
Yeah.
don't shouldn't.
That's terrible, Rotten, and I'm glad they got busted. I mean, I think
Yeah.
more of those need to come up and happen because it's
Oh,
terrible. It is horrible. So I do hope that,
oh.
they go where they under the jail is too good. So and and I heard this and I just came up. I was checking and I don't know why it would come up in my news, but um there is and I can't remember which Carolina state it is. They are offering a new choice for if you are, sentenced to death. There is a new option for your death sentence other than the
Oh,
electric chair. And it is the firing squad.
well, it would be
So
quick.
that will be different, yes. Um, a little creepy to me, but yes. That's just, I'm sorry, that just brings back every Clint Eastwood,
Oh yeah.
good, bad,
Oh
the ugly
yeah.
movies to me, Hang 'em
Oh,
high and that
Hang
kind
'em
of stuff.
High
That's
was
great.
on yesterday. It was in complete Clint Eastwood spasms.
Oh, I know it. And it was funny too because my husband was gone for most of the weekend. The boys did like a little fishing trip, in a town near here, and so they went. And he came back a little bit early because the bless his heart. I feel so bad for him. We're both kind of similar when it comes to the weather. Um, my arthritis in my spine and stuff, and he has arthritis in his neck. And so
Mm-hmm.
the humidity and the temperature changes really get to both of us. So he came home a little bit early and it was okay. I mean, we had a nice date lunch yesterday. We went to one of our favorite places. And like I told you guys behind the scenes, I ate half of a burrito and thought I was going to bust. And so that was nice. I didn't have to cook. And
Mm-hmm.
and we usually just eat one. If it's a big meal like that, we just eat the one meal a day. And we came home and then candy was game night and stuff and we had a ball with that. Oh my God, that was hilarious. And so yeah, that would be nice. Mary says she's going to have her channel up and running soon. She's got a few delays, but well, I believe I'm
Uh,
subbed to you, Mary. So be sure and put stuff out and let us know where you are so we can come and be supportive. We would love to do
Yeah,
that.
and if I'm
You're an
not,
amazing
let
lady.
me know and I'll happily sub.
Oh, and we can share you out. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
That would be
exactly.
perfect. That would be perfect. But so yeah, other than that, it is you just never know. You never know with folks. And again, if you're proud of what your content is and what you're putting up and what you're trying to sell, leave it up. Don't dirty
Yeah,
delete it.
because
The-
what then saying that you own your shit and you say it with your chest and you don't hide behind alt accounts, uh, then leave your stuff up. What are you
right,
afraid of?
right.
Keep my name out of your mouth. Just because you're not
Oh,
using the Glory B name, my channel is still under Kathy C.
right.
So I can still report it if I feel like it. And I can still
Exactly.
report it while you're going live because I have the link.
That's
Doesn't matter
right.
if you hide it.
Right. Oh, I
So
know.
I don't
Yeah,
get why you do that because if you're going to be nasty, then, be nasty.
exactly. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she thinks that we're scaredy cats or something and have not heard a dirty word or, I mean, she's got the filthiest
Um,
mouth on the planet, but
mhm.
it's
And
not that
again, she's
rough.
obsessed with my rectum and what comes out of it. Uh, Creepy,
Yeah, it is
but
creepy, Kathy.
and
I
and
agree.
like I said, I don't kink shame. If you're into the booty hole and what comes out, you do you, boo. We just don't want to hear about it.
Exactly. Exactly. And well, and if she's talking about, being obsessed, she's the one that's obsessed. She's the one we clarified the nude pictures a long time ago, right when that happened. We clarified that. No, this is exactly what we meant by that. But yet she keeps bringing it up and bringing it up and bringing it up.
Uh-huh.
And as far as to get some ex of hers to go on and say, well, you can prove that, I was just like horrified. I'm like, you've got to be kidding
Oh my
me.
god, and
How
she did it in front of
disrespectful.
her partner. I couldn't
Well,
believe it. And
yes. Yes, I would. That's so disrespectful. I was just, I was shocked. I was shocked, and not much shocks me, you guys. I'm sorry, not much does. But and I always think I've seen it all with her, and then something comes along, and I still walk away going, "Wow, okay." So it's like whatever. But yeah, yeah.
I
Evidently, Rotten said the firing squad's not the way to go.
okay, whoa, okay, I'm sure. Center mass with a high caliber, you'll be looking at hydrotastic. Did I say that right? Shock. Basically a stroke if you don't go instantly. Oh,
I don't know. I saw a guy get hung on
oh.
Outlander, and that was woo. I was traumatized by that. I was like, "Ooh, geez."
And that
My
was
husband is,
pretend.
and exactly, no kidding. And it's funny too because my husband loves, and he loves Outlander too, and we watch
Mhm.
Outlander constantly. But it's the historical stuff. He's into like the battlefields and Abraham Lincoln and our founding fathers and that kind of stuff. And my dad gave him a book years and years ago about Abraham Lincoln. And, back then, how harsh things really actually were. The Wild West was wild. But, back then, with when Abraham Lincoln was assassinated, they were rounding up the guilty parties and stuff. And one of them was a woman. She was one of the first women, I believe, executed.
Oh,
And yeah, and there's pictures in this book of that event. And those events back then were the public went to those.
yeah, it
That was
was sort of an
encouraged.
event, wasn't it?
It was. Yes, it was. That's exactly how you would call it. And the strange thing is different cultures have different things. And it's not everybody else gets it mixed up. Most people that have a brain remember it correctly. My previous marriage I was married to a military man, and he was went on some adventurous fun times, which wasn't really fun probably, but um in the country of Saudi Arabia, it's not uncommon, if you get caught stealing, they chop off your hand.
Mhm.
And I mean, that's how they handle things. That's their culture, and that's up to them, and that's whatever. But it has a name, and it's fondly called. I'm not going to talk about it, but if they find out you're from the Western world, because it's open to the public, people go. It's like an event,
Pack a
and
picnic.
they do actually. And
Oh
if
my
they find out that, yeah, if they find out you're from the Western world, they push you to the
God.
front. And if you're there on the day of a beheading, oh boy, so to me, that always just used to freak me out too, about, the French and, the guillotine and that kind of stuff, how, yikes. It's like, yeah. So the old days, they were pretty crazy on what they did. Geez, they burned Joan of Arc at the stake and stuff. It's like, whoa. So, I think death penalty stuff is a lot more than it used to be. It's a lot more humane. So,
Mhm. Yeah,
than what it
because
was.
Rotten just said he had the hanging square or the court square.
Yeah. Yeah.
When somebody is hung, certain bodily functions happen.
Yeah. That's true.
So I can't see that being something I would take the kids to. Sorry.
Well, exactly. I mean, yeah, let's pack a lunch, It's just like, holy cow. But like I said, things were very, very different back then. It was very public how they handled things. And
Mhm.
it was like, ooh,
Oh boy.
yeah, I agree. Wish I was. It was very disrespectful. So I don't know. I mean, that's just me. And, if she wants to keep yapping on and yapping on, well, I'm just going to keep talking about how that boat sailed the day before. And she's like, you people are so stupid. You can't check the weather. Yes, I did check the weather. I
Well, I
did,
think she
didn't
stuck on
you?
that. Well, you said that there was a small craft warning, which I don't think she probably understands what that means. It's for canoes and little speedboats and other water recreational type vehicle
Right.
yeah, boats, right? So
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
landlocked, by the way, so if I know what that is, then well,
True. I know. And, I spent part of my time in, my younger part of my life going back and forth with my family to Florida. And I still have a sister that lives in Florida. So, she spends part of her time here and part of her time in Florida. So, yeah, we used to go out on my uncle's boat. It's very different. And nowadays, like I said, cruising is very different than it used to be. I worried about my husband getting sick. I know I didn't. My uncle used to take us out, in the ocean, and it looked to be, oh, I wouldn't even know how to describe it. It wasn't a trawler, but it was like a charter size boat that you take out maybe to go fishing and that kind of stuff. And my husband wanted to do it, and I said, you really should not do that. I said, you had a problem on a cruise ship. So if you're going to have a problem, because those big ships nowadays, they got stabilizers. Half the time, you don't even know you're moving. And,
right.
you take a little bit of Dramamine and you're good to go nowadays. But with him, I'm like, you don't get your money back. Those deep sea excursions are expensive to take you out to go fishing.
Yeah.
And if you get sick, they don't just go, oh gosh, we're sorry, let's take you back. No, they don't do that. So, because there's other paying customers on the boat and they don't want you to
Yeah.
go back. So you pretty much tough it out and you hang over the side the whole time if you need to. And I said, that would not be a happy occasion for you. You would be upset. So I said, stick to going fishing at the lake. So, or go off the shore. Because again, I think we talked about this not long ago too. I don't know why shrimp are so expensive. They're the easiest little things to catch. You hang your lantern in the evening and they swim to the light, you net them. And it's like, there you go. $20 a pound. So, hey.
Wow. I want to do free shrimp.
Oh, my grandpa was a pro. Oh my God. I miss my grandpa. He was a character and a half.
Oh, shrimp. Oh man, that's what I'd like. Shrimp. Coconut shrimp is my current favorite.
You know what? I just got some at Sam's time before last, and it's hard to find. You know, a decent brand of coconut shrimp is really hard to find. And so I brought a box home and I stuck it in the air fryer, and it came out really good. I was happy with it. Well, of course, we just went not too long ago, and I'm asking the guy, "Where's the coconut shrimp? What'd you guys do with it?" And he goes, "Oh, man, that was a one-time deal." I'm like, "Oh man, of course it was. Okay." So he goes, "We might get another brand in." I said, "Well, that's fine, but thanks for checking." And instead, I think I just bought the regular butterfly shrimp. But see, Ro, she needs to give us all the one-on-one, because if anybody's ever
She has
seen her
been
air fryer
promising.
wings, ah,
She
her
has
wings
been
look.
promising us
I
for I don't
know.
know how long. Rochelle.
I know. I give Ro a pass because, good Lord, the woman.
Yeah,
I
she is.
She is the busiest little bee on the planet. She really is. Oh my goodness. So I understand, but one of these days we are going to pin that woman down. Look, she's making shrimp scampi tonight. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. And if you guys ever see this in your store, um, my big complaint about shrimp, especially, because I'm not near the coast right now at all.
Mhm.
So what we get up here is, it's like, okay, whatever. You really have to know your shrimp. If you see red Patagonian shrimp, get it.
Oh.
It's kind of hard to find, and you'll notice it. It's a very deep red color. The shell is a dark, deep red. And they look like, if you've ever seen a tiger shrimp, the actual meat on the shrimp is kind of like striped, and
Ooh.
they are absolutely delicious. And some of the stores, they'll do them. I prefer to get them um, in the shell.
Mhm.
And I don't want them whole because, some people are into this. When they do the crawfish and stuff, the Southern way is, you ain't eating a crawfish unless you suck the head stuff out. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
I'm good.
know.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm
I've
good.
seen
I'm
that.
not that Southern, but so I know friends that do, and they're into that. But you know, I would rather have just the shell on, but just the tail part of it.
Yeah.
So that way they're still decent to cook and that kind of stuff. But I don't like to get the whole shrimp because I think you kind of get gypped. And when you're looking for your frozen shrimp, just
Because
make
it
sure
has
there's
weight.
not any added stuff in it. You want just the shrimp, and if it's packed in salt water, you want to hear the shrimp in the salt water, and that's it. You don't want anything else in your shrimp. So I like the crayfish, Mary. I like the tails and stuff and the little claws if you can have the patience to do them. But I don't mind that. But I prefer the bigger shellfish. So
Well, crayfish apparently in what was that video that we saw at Tasmania? That great big huge one?
oh, holy cow! Yes, that's
Yeah, that.
Mance. Oh my God.
Mm.
She has all the great creatures, the coconut crabs, and I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't get up in the
No.
middle of the night and go to the bathroom without turning the light on to make sure there wasn't anything weird in my toilet. No, no spiders up in the trees and stuff.
Can you
No,
imagine? No, gigantic spiders, big as saucers. No, no, no.
I know. Oh, no,
Hey,
no.
let die.
I live and let die.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got the chat keeps moving. I'm trying to get there. We go.
Oh,
Oh
that's
yes.
weird, bro. I wonder why. I mean, I just might be something. I wonder, did you get well, you would have to get farmed raised. I don't unless
Oh,
you got a click out
maybe
back.
there was something wrong with the batch.
It might have been. Oh, I agree, Mary. Oh my
Yep.
goodness,
Yep.
yes. I'd do some serious damage. If somebody did an all-you-can-eat crab legs,
Okay,
I'd
so
be like,
there's this
starve myself for 4 days and go, I'm ready.
now there's
Give me a
this
knife and
restaurant
fork.
in town here. It's called the Captain's Boil, and every time I go past the restaurant, well, the captain has a boil. I can't even go in there because I'll just make the stupidest comments and embarrass everybody.
Oh
No, you
no.
can glance that. I know a cream.
It's what's funny too because we all have we have the weirdest family ever. I swear to God.
Mhm,
It, my
mhm.
husband, one of my siblings sent me a picture, and it was a T-shirt, and it had my husband's name on it, and it was basically what it came down to is, um, I got the crabs at such and such restaurant, and everybody just busted. I'm like, you definitely got to grab me that T-shirt, and I brought it home, and I have a T-shirt collection, and I'm very serious about my T-shirt collection. Don't nobody mess with my collection. I want
Don't
my
tell me
my
that. Now I have
oh
to go to your house and go in through your drawers and mess up your T-shirts.
well, no, oh no, my husband used one when he needed a T-shirt to work in outside.
Oh.
So he got my Malibu rum T-shirt that I got in Barbados. And this was the Malibu rum black, which I don't even know if you can get Malibu rum black in the States. And and he came in and he had stuff on it and stuff that would never come off. And I looked at him and I said, "Where did you get that shirt?" And he just looked at me and he goes, "Out of the closet." I'm like, "You mean out of my closet? Out of my T-shirt collection?" And he goes, "Well, yeah." And I said, "Oh, no, no, no. I had to send that to one of my aunts who was a dry cleaner, and she managed to dry clean it, and she sent it back. She saved it."
Oh.
Yes. Barbados is beautiful. It really is. Live and Let Die said she went in the 80s. I was there probably 90, 98 or 99. And it's a beautiful place. Their beaches are absolutely gorgeous, just gorgeous. And kind, kind people. So I had a
That's
great
good.
experience there. Had a real nice experience there. So
Yeah, I was in Maui for 2 weeks and in the mid-90s. That was a real nice trip.
I bet. I bet. Yeah.
Well,
My favorite place. I love the Caribbean. I can't. That's just my thing. When I was a kid, when I see pictures of it on TV and I always go, I want to see that pretty blue water.
oh yeah. Whenever I see shows on it, it just looks stunning.
It is. And if you grab a few other people and go, it really cuts the cost. It really does. It's not as bad as you would think. And you know, Secret Harbor is one of the coolest places you'd ever want to see. All their stuff is they do have other things that are not beachfront, but they're all condos. And when you buy in there, you agree that when you're not using your condo, that you put it in the rental pool. And they're very particular, they're very good about, who they select to rent your stuff and that kind of stuff.
Right.
But and I can't remember what my freaking point was. Oh, there we go. They do 1 and 2 bedroom things, and I've had apartments that weren't this big.
Oh.
Even their beachfront stuff is, I think, what are their current prices? I'm trying to think. It's closer to 300 a night now because stuff has gone up. But, it sleeps, even their 1 bedroom suite sleeps 6. So, if you get 6 people or a few other couples and stuff, It's very reasonable. And it's, unlike the Florida beaches, in Florida, you can walk for days on the beach and finally you get to the water. My husband was looking at me we took him to Siesta Key one year and he's like, is the water here? He's looking, where's the damn water? And you have to walk across, it seems like a half a mile of beach just before you get to the water. Now, in Secret Harbor especially, you walk right out the door and you're like 20 feet from the water. So
Oh,
it's right there. So that was a
oh.
big difference from what he was used to. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. So it's so worth it. And there's so much stuff to see and do, and the people are just amazing. And the nice part about it is it is a U.S. territory, so you don't need a passport,
Mm-hmm.
and it follows most of the U.S. laws and regulations. So,
There you
so
go.
it's kind of nice. You feel a little bit safer there, and
Familiar. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Always when it's familiar.
yes. Mary, I haven't been in forever too. I think what 16 might have been the last time we were there. 16.
Ooh.
Yeah, because we did the cruise in 19. So yeah, I think it was 16 was the last time. And with COVID and stuff, we haven't even we got the Norwegian cruise line thing in the mail. And he's like, hey, I'm like, no, you go have a good time. Have a good time. Bon voyage. I know somebody will go
No. And
if
this is
she can
why
get
my
on the
hair is
ship.
so unkept, because I won't go to a hairdresser. Don't breathe on me. Don't touch me. But I have to. I have to. It is so uncontrolled now. Even my messy bun is messy.
There you go. But you know what? Hey, I'm I'm just one of those. I have to be put together before I go and do stuff, and it. I can get ready quick though if I have to.
Oh, oh yeah.
Unlike
I'm
my adopted brother, who everybody wants to talk about so badly, it's hilarious.
who ran
Back in the
away
disco,
apparently.
back in the disco days. Oh, he was right there. He was the disco king. He loved disco, and if we were going to go to the club, because now, I mean, now you go to the club and stuff doesn't even start happening until like 10. Back in the day, it was more like 8. You didn't go before 8.
Oh,
And everybody kind of,
yeah.
wandered in. It's still 70s, late 70s. And this is coming from a man who ironed his underwear. Okay, need I say more? I'm like, dude, you are neurotic. You freak me out.
Oh
Okay? Yeah,
no.
I know. I'm not even that obsessed. And so we would have to tell him, what time are you leaving? He'd want to know, what time are you leaving? What time are you leaving? I'm like, we are going to leave by 8:30. Now, then that was the truth. We started having to tell him that we were leaving at 7:30 in order for him to be ready probably by 9.
Ah,
And then
yes,
I'm like,
yeah, you told me that before. Yeah.
it's like, dude, come on. So, I don't know. I don't know.
No, live and let die. Oh, hot panties. I thought you meant hot pants. That was in the 70s. Uh, now, Rotten, I have thought about it. I have thought about shaving my head completely. This would make the other camp over on the other side very happy. And just buying a bunch of wigs. And then I thought,
Hmm.
yeah, but then I'd keep having to shave it. My hair
Well,
grows very, very fast. If I get a shorty haircut, it will grow like everybody else's. You know, what is it, a quarter inch a month or something
right.
like that. But once it hits my chin, the length of hair hits my chin, then it's like a race to my hips. And I all of a sudden my hair is long and unruly and pisses me off, and I'm not a
I know.
yeah, it's just I know people
And
like think it's a great thing to have hair like that, but
Oh, I
it's
know.
expensive
Exactly.
maintaining a short haircut, especially if your hair grows fast. So,
Right. Because everybody would kill to have rose hair. I mean, oh my God. Yeah, I've
mhm.
got nice long hair and everything, but it's very thin. It's
uh,
that baby fine hair, and it's just bored straight. If I have to do anything, I've got to curl it. I've got to curl it. I've got to curl it. And half the time, if it's hot or whatever, I've got to spray it the hell out of it to get it to last. And then even then, it's a crapshoot. If it's bad enough, 20 minutes later, whoop, hair falls. Whoop. Oh well.
yep,
It's like,
yep, exactly.
okay, okay. So, and then other people, it's just like, fine. You know, I have one sister she got all the good hair, I think. I don't know. And she got all the height too. She's
Well,
six
that's
feet.
what I say about two of my sisters got the boobs, and I kind of missed the boat on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I have them, but they're not like bodacious like theirs was, and I was like really pissed off about it.
Well, I think there was a question last night that was funny at Candy's. It was like one of the first things a young girl wants, and I'm going boobs,
Like
boobs. I mean,
boobs,
I'm sorry.
absolutely.
When I was 13, I'm like, where are they? What happened? Everybody else has them. So yeah, that was, I mean, and Jules is a ringer. Good Lord, that woman was get everything right. It's like she'd just look at it and go, Idaho. It's like, oh my God, woman, damn it. We
Okay,
were
this
just
smarty
cracking
pants.
up. Oh my God, it was hilarious. But yeah, that was fun. And I hope Candy does them again because it was funny.
That's
But
good. I'm glad it was a success.
yeah, it was fun. We had a good time. Why, my gosh, 3 hours went by and I'm finally going, oh my God, it's 3 hours. I got crap to do here. I forgot about the time. So we were having a good time. It was hilarious. So, oh my God.
I saw a couple of trolls in the chat that had me laughing big time, but I did peek in once in a while when I had time.
Oh, it's so funny. And everybody gets bent. I mean, I hear there's even one, oh, what's it called? What's it called? Um, is it Hate E Wax Lover
Black.
or something like that?
Yes, I've seen that one.
Oh, I was like, oh, I love that. I want that. I'm sorry, I didn't think of that one. That was hilarious.
Oh Lord.
That was
I'm
good.
sure I have many out there. I just, don't care. So go for
Oh,
it.
I
Have
know. Yeah,
fun.
come on. Come on. Exactly. I mean, if they want to be me that bad, I'm not going to argue with them, okay? Oops.
Oh, what happened? Let me get the the inviting. Let's go. Yes, yes, my sisters got blessed with the boobage. But she does tell me that she'd always admired me because I could wear um button up or button down shirts and tailored things because I could fit that across my chest just fine, and she could never do it. So I guess there's whoops, sorry, Kate. I'm talking loud.
Oh, no, that's okay. I fixed myself out as usual. Lucy would be proud.
Yeah, that's the name of it, that mooching troll. I thought I just peed myself. What the hell's going on?
Oh, no.
But yeah, that was so one.
People have been definitely, uh, how do you say, inventive, maybe is the good word with that. It's just like, oh my goodness, come on, you guys, really? So, it's funny.
I'm sorry, but some people deserve it.
Well, yeah, because I am. If she would just quit lying and be herself, and why make up a cruise? Why make stuff up? Why make Because that's why
And
nobody
things
believes
that
anything
that
she says.
are so simple to disprove.
Well,
Like the
yeah, that was
scheduling
really
for the
silly.
ship and the surgery, attempts and the weight loss and the ridiculous weigh-ins at the Walmart and mm, like
Well,
most
exactly.
people just say, "Oh yeah, I mean, make up a trip that you went to England." Nobody can disprove that. Make it 10 years ago so that you wouldn't have any proof left. I don't know, but
You
making
know?
shit up and then and once you have a reputation of being a liar,
Yes.
no one will
Yes,
ever believe when you start telling the truth.
exactly. That's
And the
true.
very
It is.
fact that you will not show a scar on your wrist and say, "Ha ha," to all my haters, there it is, there's the
Oh,
stitches.
exactly.
That's
Exactly.
all you need to do, and we'll shut up about it. But you can't do
Well,
it.
honestly, that was, one of the first things I was amazed because, I'm not here to say that she didn't have a procedure. Who am I? She said she live streamed it. There was like a live up for like 10 or 15 seconds where she showed something really quick and then it was gone. It was dead. It was,
Uh-huh.
I didn't know. I didn't know what I was seeing. So I'm like, okay, just like with the, I'm at the cruise port video. Oh, okay. What am I seeing here? Well, that's clearly not
Six
right. That was
seconds.
like a greeting thing that I think I've seen before.
Yeah.
But anyway, but again, the cruise thing was very easy to check. Once you had the date, and
Yeah.
she gives the stuff herself. It's kind of like, did you forget the date that you originally gave that we all ticked down in our calendar? Because the weight loss date's incorrect too. That she supposedly said that she was going to do.
Yeah.
Because
And
I happened to just hear it and I wrote it down. So she's now given a different date for that. So maybe she forgot that the boat left Monday.
right.
Because there she was in her little hotel room showing all this stuff off, and it's the day before. Honey, that boat left while you were sleeping that night. That boat left at 3:30 in the afternoon.
For sure. And plus the fact that there are requirements for weight loss surgery. You just don't waltz in and get it done.
Oh
You know,
no, no,
if
you
you're
have to quit
smoking and
smoking.
drinking, yep, and that's goes for the other person on the other side of the fence that's crowing on about getting. You can't
Right.
drink. You cannot drink and overeat waiting for surgery. It isn't
No,
going to happen.
no, and they won't um, let you. Well, supposedly they know since about her marijuana use and stuff, um, but you can't even do that because it does stuff to your blood. So
Yeah,
you
and it
can't.
interferes with the anesthetic.
True, that can too.
Yeah,
And again, too, that's one thing too that I heard. She said that she stopped breathing or something.
yeah,
That's an automatic overnight stay.
yeah. As soon as she said that, I called bullshit. As soon as she said she had trouble breathing or had stopped breathing, I'm going no, and they don't send you home sounding like you got a dental procedure done. Um, the laughing gas because I don't know. Somebody in my commented that was the way she reacted when she went home, but
Right. Right. Like Mary
I
just
don't.
said, it's a year in the making in order to have gastric bypass. Now, supposedly,
Yes.
she said, now at one point though, first she said it was going to be that, like whatever the other creator had. Now it's the sleeve. So, the sleeve might be a different type of procedure, but some of the requirements and the prerequisites are still pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So,
And
again,
the result of that is, and let's face it, Krusty likes her fast food, and you
oh
have to
yeah.
give up the fast food because that kind of crap that's now going through your altered intestines or stomach or whatever procedure you're going to take changes everything. It
It
shortens
does.
the transit time between digestion and waste removal.
Right. Like Mary said, it's still surgery. It's still a
And it's still
procedure.
surgery, yeah. And in Canada, it's even longer wait to get that procedure because they force you because uh, it is paid for, by the government. They make you go through courses, and
Oh, yeah,
these
you have to have
courses are on
psychological
weight, yeah,
testing,
on weight loss.
everything.
Yeah, your wait time for a actual surgery, if you're approved, is like 3 to 4 years. Because they're
Oh,
damn
wow.
well gonna make sure that you're serious about it before they spend the money on it. This
That's
isn't
true. That makes
unless
sense.
it's an emergency. Yeah, unless it's an emergency, that is completely different. Our healthcare system works on the triage way.
Right.
Like my broken shoulder, I got in right away. But if somebody sprained their wrist, they're going to have to wait. So it's
Right.
kind of like that.
Right. Right.
So cosmetic procedures that are covered by the Canada Health Plan, those are not, unless I mean, in not cosmetic, plastic surgery, like from an accident and stuff, that is taken care of right away. But if you're
Right.
going for a facelift and there's like, you can't get it on healthcare, but I'm using that as an example. But then if it's like a personal thing, then you have to pay for it. So not everything is free. It's just,
A
like if I want to
process.
get
Yeah.
my veins taken care of, my varicose veins, I have to pay out of pocket. It's not covered by my
Oh,
healthcare.
yeah. I'm
So that
surprised
gives it,
because
yeah. No, go ahead.
here it's interesting too because yeah, here that can lead to a PAD. So they hop that right up on a medical thing.
Yeah,
So
but your insurance will pay for it.
yes, yes.
Okay, so that's great. Yeah.
If they declare it to be something, my one sister looked into it because, like I said, she got all the cool stuff, but she also got the varicose veins and that kind of stuff. And
Mhm.
hers in her leg, especially her one leg, it's really bad. Bless her heart,
Yeah,
and it hurts. That hurt. I don't know
oh,
if anybody realized, but man, that's really painful.
for
And
sure.
so she was you really, pushing her doctor too. And, mine, I have to have something done here sometime soon at one point, and I'm kind of dragging it out because I want to keep my gallbladder things, but we'll see. Um,
Mhm.
there's not just a process. They have to, investigate and do these tests first. It's all, they keep their ducks in a row for your insurance because if they just go and order one test, the insurance will kick it out and go, no, you need to do this, this, and this, and this first before we do this.
Yeah, yeah,
So, that's the typical process for insurance. So, it is what it is. And
yeah.
it is like Rose said, she watched a coworker do it, and again, it's a journey and there's a lot behind it. You can't just go, oh, this is what I'm going to do.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
again, you
you've
have to
got
have
it's a
psychological.
total life-changing thing, and it's not only the food that you're consuming right now, it's how you're going to deal with it. That's why a lot of these weight loss surgeries don't work because nobody is teaching these people. I think lettuce is forbidden after because it just doesn't digest. And yeah, so there's going to be a whole list of foods that you're going to have to say goodbye to.
Yep.
um it's not a pleasant. My friend, who is a retired now but was a nurse, and she said don't get it done because malnutrition is a huge issue with people with bypass surgeries,
Wow.
because they can't keep the nutrition in long enough for the body to make it work for it. It just is digested right away and out the body, or so she says
Wow.
don't ever do that unless you're like 10,000 pounds. Don't even go near it. She was like, no, 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 don't. So
Right, right. So
yeah,
I'm glad that, I'm blessed
yeah,
that I don't have to face that type of choice. And, it's bad enough as it is to have, like a knee replacement or anything like that. Any kind of procedure to me is spooky. So,
yeah. And you can still, yeah, for sure. And
Wow.
just to go back to the varicose vein thing, if your varicose vein is causing you to throw out blood clots, then yes, healthcare will take care of it. But
Right.
if you're
If it's
getting a vein
thrombosis.
removed because of, you want pretty legs, then you have to pay for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Exactly. And I think
so
that's how it would be here
yeah,
too.
yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah, the doctor has to deem it that, you are having complications, that you're
hmm,
uncomfortable, you're at risk for this. And
yeah.
so then they kind of stick you to the head of the line there. But yeah, I mean, it is. It's a process for anything. And, and again, nope, we wouldn't even be having any of these conversations if all of a sudden it was, she had to have something done to her knee. Then she was having, something done, a biopsy on something else. And it's just like, boy, you're having a rough
And then
time.
thyroid cancer, and then um, lump in the breast, and it just goes on and on and on.
It
You
does.
know,
It does.
mm,
I don't know. I would be embarrassed. I'd be embarrassed.
well, clearly she's not, because she keeps doing this. Like this last video she did, talking like somebody she shouldn't be talking like.
Oh,
Try,
exactly. That was
yeah,
terrible.
that
Yeah,
no,
come on.
sweetie,
I
you
know.
can't throw the racist word at us when you did a video like that.
Right, and right. And like Rose said, she goes, I remember Annie getting all kinds of tests done to make sure she was healthy enough, and you have to have tests on your heart. And I kind of remember
Mhm.
some of that too. And she does. Annie looks great. She looks great. I mean, she's on the right road, and I think she even still has struggles and stuff. And like Mary said, she goes, you can still die later from complications. And again, one of my brothers, and what it's my brother-in-law, he has anesthesia sensitivity. And to where anytime he has to have anything done, it's very scary. And you know, he was supposed to have an outpatient procedure, and he had the same thing happen. He had something to where he didn't stop breathing, but they had a hard time waking him up.
Mhm.
And so even with that, they were like, nope. And they came out and told us we did have a little bit of trouble waking him up, but everything's okay and he's fine. But we're going to keep him overnight. And so they did. He was supposed to go home as outpatient, but they kept him overnight because of that.
Yeah.
And that was just
No.
even with him saying, you just having problems waking up, not that you stopped breathing. So no, 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 no. That's a big
Yeah, and I
difference.
I put up the tubal ligation one for a reason. So she had a tubal ligation. Was this before or after the shotgun blast that blew open her belly and killed her child?
Well, yeah, and I heard about that too. Like I said, I've gone back a little bit thanks to her. I mean, I never really would have paid that much attention. But now that this old stuff is all getting dredged back up, I went back and looked. And I'm like, huh, okay. So yeah, and she's showing graves and this kind of stuff. And again, that just reminds other people of tragic stuff that happened in their past. And again, who even knows to believe if it's true or not because of all the other stuff that she said that's not. So that's why I'm going to always be a naysayer. I'm going to be, well, I don't believe it. Just like,
No.
every garage in Texas comes with an exit sign. I know, girl,
Exactly.
please, because that's
Exactly.
ridiculous. I mean, come on.
And
That's
we
where
know
she
of the people in
evidently can't do
Texas.
her own homework. She can't look up a cruise schedule. She can't look up the port schedule, which took me 2 minutes. And then you can't look up a small craft warning. She tried to say there was a tornado that day. There was a tornado, for God's sake, so and so place. Well, on that day in history, and I think it was 2011, yes, there was. There was I think an F1, they said. And now if she wants to go
Oh,
about
the
that too,
dust devil.
maybe we should give lists of stuff that, don't go against me in weather, especially tornadoes and storms and that kind of stuff. No, don't go against me with weather. And obviously, please don't go against me with cruises because you'll lose.
Oh, somebody said there's
So,
a troll in chat. Can you see anything, Kate?
no, no, I don't see anything.
Hmm. Well, if, as long as
I have a
it's
lot
not
of people
causing.
blocked. So,
Yeah, me too. Anyway, yeah, the lies. What did I just read? She's screenshotting something on her live. She's live, by the way. So
oh, good Lord. Oh, screenshot away, honey, please. Screenshot away.
yeah,
You know, I mean, they can come
exactly
up with,
what?
well, yeah. I mean, exactly, because I haven't, she calls us the liars. Exactly what have I lied about? What have I lied about?
Yeah, me
I mean,
too.
all I've ever told about is, my pet sitting career, which I was a pet sitter for many, many years. Um, so yeah, that's just whatever. I worked at the credit bureau, and again, I'm 20 years senior on a lot of these people. So my working days are limited to where if I want to or not. I still do have clients from time to time that when they go places, because, in this line of work, when you go into someone's home, you're very trusted, because these people aren't home. Some people are on vacation. Now, we did have what we call our dailies to where, some of these folks were lawyers and nurses and they were busy. They didn't have time to come home and let their pets out. So we did that for them. And a lot of these people considered us members of their family. You weren't just the pet sitter. And so we were very trusted, but you are licensed and bonded to do what we do. At least you should be. So if you hire someone, folks, please make sure that they are licensed with your state and they are bonded. That's very important. But, I've taken care of all kinds of animals, and you have to be so responsible, you know, out of the 5 years that I worked with my last boss, and she's wonderful. We're still wonderful friends because, again, every now and then I still have clients that will call and say, "Will Kate do this?" And of course I will if I can, and I will. But she knows the importance of some of these things. But you can't. If you wake up one day and I have 6 animals on my schedule, because most of the time, like I said, people are out of town, but they
Right.
depend on you. You have to be dependable. I can't wake up and go, "Oh gosh, my back hurts, my knee hurts, I got a headache." You get up and you go your rounds and you take care of these animals the best you can, whether you feel up to it or not. That's part of your job. That's what it's all about. And I know the only time my husband was ever a little bit upset was when my boss called. She was having an emergency. It was a family emergency. I was due to have injections in my spine that morning. And she
Oh,
called me. She goes, "I know that this is a bad time, but I'm in a pinch. Can you do this one thing for me?" I'm like, "Absolutely, I'll do it."
yeah.
And so I stopped on the way to the surgery center because when you get injections in your spine, folks, you don't just go to the doctor and they shoot you some cortisone in your spine. You have to have in a surgery center, be right there in case something happens. They do it with an ultrasound or an X-ray guided injection because they're working next to your spine.
Yeah.
So you
You
don't want to
want it
be
to be extra
paralyzed.
focused. Yeah. Oh
Exactly.
Lord.
Yes. So it's very, very tedious
Scary.
work. So
Mhm.
I did. I had to stop before I got 2 injections in my spine, and my husband was not happy about it. And I said, this is something that I've got to do. It's an emergency for her, and it is what it is. So, and I got $100 bonus for it too, because she took good care
Oh,
of me.
okay.
Yes, I took good care of her, and she took good care of me. So, it is. It's just something that I don't know. Even in my working land, I don't think I was ever late. I never. If anything, I was early. I'm one of those people. I'm neurotic. I will be there if I'm supposed to be there at 1. I'll be there at like 10 till or quarter till, just to make
Yeah,
sure
I'm one
I'm
of
good.
those chronically early myself. Yeah.
Yes, punctuality has always been my gig, always. And people tease me about it to this day, but that's just how it is.
Yep.
So, it I don't know. But again, people wouldn't be giving her such a hard time if she wasn't the one being just spewing lies right and left. Like, some of it's so unrealistic and unbelievable. Like, she started trying to put out that I had a son that left and never came back. Seriously? Come on. That I mistreated. First, it was my stepbrother. Then I think she actually corrected herself and got it right, that it was one of my adopted brothers. So, again, she's spouted all the time, well, you don't know me. Well, honey, you put it all out there. Me, I'm a private person. I don't put it out there. Now, my friends behind the scenes know me a little bit, but they'll tell you even behind the scenes I'm a private person.
Hmm. She
So,
keeps her
it's
cards close to the chest, like we all should.
exactly. Exactly. So, and again, if she needs to do her homework on her lies and don't dirty delete. Other than that, have at it. She can, she's gonna, that video that she did. She was like, you said she was almost hysterical, and it's like, for what?
No.
I mean,
Somebody
and you
triggered
want to
her.
be she's calling us racist, and she's the one being racist, not any of us. So she should be
I know.
embarrassed.
After my first, reaction to what, and she's not today, master, and which, what? So I took a breath, I finished getting dressed, and, because I had to run out and do some errands this morning. Then I sat down and watched it again. I lost my shit. It was so funny. Okay, if that makes you feeling much better about whatever is paining your heart,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
no, I
because
don't care. So never
oh,
mind.
I know. Because I mean, that's just it. She thinks that it makes us angry. Are we on here yelling, screaming, cussing, calling people, nasty, vile things? No, we're not.
No, and
We're
we're
just
not
giving
focused
our
on the booty
opinions.
hole. So,
Yes, and boobies and all sorts. It's like, girl, stop. No. You're the one that's gone a little bit. You've always heard the saying, "Thou dost protest too much."
yeah,
She's been doing that an awful lot. And she has been, and now she's just going to complain and say, "Oh, well, I'm manic and they're giving me PTSD and all this other stuff." And again,
my
log off.
mentals.
Yeah, if it's that big of a problem, log off.
I'm sure
Log
that
off.
Team YouTube on Twitter is missing your correspondence. So please feel free.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Rotate.
well, thanks for hanging out.
Yep. Have a good one.
Fake ass card readers. Yeah. I saw that. That was one of the few times I peeked in on her live. I was going, what the hell is going on? But okay.
Oh, I know. Oh my gosh. So yeah, don't lie, and especially if do your homework. If you're gonna lie about stuff, at least look it up. I mean, again, she's all freaking out, and something about calling the hospital and saying, whatever, and checking on her. Aren't there HIPAA laws? I mean, I
Yep.
can't even. My husband went to a toy show out of town, and I called to say hi to him at the hotel, and I wasn't sure what room he was in. And I'm like, hi, can I speak to Mr. So and so? And they're like, well, what's his room number? And I'm like, oh, geez, I'm not exactly sure. Well, we can't connect you without his room number, ma'am. I'm like, well, I'm his wife. And they're like, well, I'm sorry, we can't. So, they're very weird about stuff these days. And so he finally called me later and he goes, you never called me. I said, well, I'll just call you on your phone. I tried to call the room and they were like, didn't want to give me your room. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry. And so he texted me his room number and I didn't have any problem after that. But I just thought that was new because I never knew that they were freaky about that. So,
Well, especially over the phone, I can see them taking that attitude if you walked up to the front desk and asked
yeah,
what
yeah, just
room
but
so
just
and so
be
is in.
connected
Yeah.
to, you had the person's name, but just not the room number. So, I just thought that was very weird. But the hospitals are definitely you can't if you call a hospital and ask how somebody is or if they're even there, I don't even think they'll tell you. I think
No,
that's
if
big
you're not
time hill
family
stuff.
and you're not on a list, then you're out of luck.
That's kind of what I thought too. So I thought, well, whatever. And like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna. I would never wish anybody unwell, but I don't think about anybody like that to go, if they're in my inner circle behind the scenes, then sure, I'm going to ask, are you okay? Is everything okay? But I'm not going to be trying to call a hospital and ask about anybody. That's just, no, I'm good. No,
Yeah.
sorry. So
And
that's just creepy to me. She's creepy. Maybe that's what I'm trying to get at. She's just so obsessed. Well, I'm obsessed with your lying. But
me
please
too.
tell
We're
what one of us
fascinated
has
by
lied
it.
about.
Yeah.
Tell me what I've lied about because I haven't lied about anything. Not anything she's done. I'm calling her out on her lies. So if she wants to come up with something I've lied about, you know, be realistic about it because I'm going to check on it. I'm going to check your facts. I'm the
Yeah.
number one fact
But I think
checker.
yeah, like with the first live this morning, and
And I
you've been
missed that one
squawking,
completely.
you're squawking about your name that you present to us is not your legal name. It's not my legal name. Um, and then yet you show us a sticker with your name on it and a surgical procedure guide. And yeah, okay. You can't go to the hospital with a fake name, and you can't have two legal names.
Right, right. That makes sense. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and
Anything.
I think that triggered her because she directed that stream to us. She tagged us again, so it was
Oh,
our
okay.
hashtag on it. Um,
Well, I
and
hope
then
she
that
leaves it up because
disappeared
we're
because
obviously
somebody
here.
in her
So,
chat called her on it. I think
oh,
I only caught a little bit before she they yanked the live, so I don't know who it was, but and then this master thing showed up, and I'm going,
uh, that's just very disrespectful. I mean, she wants to claim that we're the racist. Sorry, that's not
I don't
exactly.
have a black face on my icon. You
True.
can't be
Exactly.
whiter than ivory snow and then claim to have, ethnicity. I'm trying to be delicate here. Um,
Right. I know.
you know what I'm getting at. You
I
just
do.
because that's cultural appropriation
Right.
and claiming that your father is from Africa. Well, lots of white people are from Africa. You know?
Well, yeah, and just like lots of people from Britain live here, and a lot of Americans live in England. So what's the difference? And a lot of people too, if you were Jewish, you would never know a Jewish person just by what they look like.
Mhm.
I mean, and that's so stereotypical too. I mean, you can't just go up to somebody and say, well, you're so and so and you're so and so.
Well, yeah.
And that's what she tries to pull on a daily, to pull people in to buy it. And trust me, Krusty, nobody's buying what you're selling, honey. So
Nobody's picking up what you're throwing down.
no, not at all. And as I tried to slide in some of my movie favorites last night, and it echoed and it freaked me out. It was like, I'm just sliding in to check to see what condition my condition is in. And hubby's going to be so irritated with me because it's my night to pick the movie. So, guess what Kate picked? So I love Jeff Bridges anyways. So
there you
of course
go.
I have to go with and Julie. I love Julianne Moore. She just cracks me up. She's been so versatile in a lot of stuff, and she's not afraid to get her kink on. I love her. And
Yeah.
she's in The Big Lebowski with all those guys. And because everybody knows me that I will fight you for Sam Elliott. Catherine Ross, here I come. Okay. Girl, I will fight for that one. Definitely. And so all my favorites,
that one.
Fushimi, and they're all in it, and I just absolutely love that movie. It just cracks me up. Oh my God.
I haven't seen that in years. I should dig it up again.
Oh, dude, I could watch it over and over and still not tire of it. It just cracks me up. I just love it. I just love it.
Oh dear. What was what did I see? Other than Hang 'em High yesterday with Clint Eastwood. And I will fight you for a Clint Eastwood early 70s movie.
Oh, girl, I've got, and see, that's another thing. Half the time, everybody thinks I'm home 24/7. No, I'm not. My DVR is full. Because we DVR everything and think we're going to be able to sit down and watch it, and something happens, and we're always going here and going there and doing this and doing that. I was like, shit. So the DVR is just packed, and I try to keep all my favorites on there, and we have to sacrifice. We're arguing, okay, whose stuff is going to go because we need more room. And so yeah, I've got all the, like, I got Play Misty for Me because, oh girl,
yes. I think that was my
yes.
first stalking movie I ever watched.
Oh, yes. And I was surprised because, a lot of the stuff that they did, back then was, very risque for the time, and then they did what was his other one that was really Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, of course.
Yes.
I had to watch
all
that.
the Dirty Harry movies.
Oh, oh yes, God, yes. He was nice looking. He really was.
Yeah.
And I mean, he still looks good. He still looks good. I think he does. I think he still looks good. And I saw a movie the other day, and I taped it, of course, and it had Dennis Quaid in it, and it was called The Intruder. And I love when Dennis Quaid plays a bad guy. I do, because it's just so unusual for him. I'm used to him in being, what was the movie that he was in? He was the fireman, and it was a time type movie.
Yes.
Frequency.
Was it Frequency? Yeah. Frequency. Yeah.
And so I love, and he was a bad guy. And it took me like 5 minutes. I started to watch it, and I never got to finish it. One of the actresses in it was Megan Good, and I knew she looked familiar. And I'm like, it's gonna bug me. It's gonna bug me. It's gonna bug me. So I finally and I Googled her, and there's a movie from like I think they did it in 2005, and Bow Wow was in it. Roll Bounce. Yeah, Roll Bounce, the roller skating movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, come on. Yes, anybody from the 70s remembers going to the roller skating rink. That's where it was happening. That's where you went.
That was where it was happening.
Definitely. And I was a wonderful ice skater, and I sucked at roller skating. Everybody just thought it was assumed, you can ice skate, so you'll be fine. Well, I could go forward just fine, but no way going backwards. I about fell and broke my neck. So I thought I'll just stick to kind of roller skating, and then I can dance on skates real well. I can do that. But so I love the music in roll bounce. So we will just crank roll bounce and just be jamming around the house and laughing because that's
Uh,
exactly what the 70s roller rink was all about.
it was.
Yes,
That's
we
where it
just
was.
had a ball. So yeah, those are the old time fun movies. And I don't know, with some of the stuff, there's not much I like on TV. There really isn't. Um,
No, no, I have to agree with you on that. I did on Tubi. I finally got around to sit and scrolling through the TV series, and there was a patch of years when I was looking after my mom that TV just wasn't in the picture. So I'm catching up with all TV series I missed from 2004, 3, 4 to 7, 2007 when my mom died. So I'm having a good time
there you
watching.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, so the Dead Zone TV series. I think I caught the
Oh yeah.
first season, and then things went south for my family with mom. So um, I start, because you're busy. Caregiving is not an easy job, and
Oh no, honey, it's not.
when you're done, you want to sleep. You don't want to sit there and watch TV or anything that requires you to think too hard, you know.
It was.
And
Oh, exactly.
and when you're caring for and living with a terminal uh, patient, and the people that may be listening that have gone through it, you develop mommy sleep. Everything during the night that is, you're twitchy. You're
Oh yes,
hearing out for the baby to cry. In this case, it was my mother groaning in
yes,
pain or something,
yes,
so I was always
yes,
in a constant state of fatigue for 3 years.
yeah, yep.
So yeah, so anyway, not to do the pity party here, but
Oh
so
no,
I
no, no.
found all
It's
the
an
TV
experience.
shows I missed out on. So I'm having a good time and laughing at the cell phones because I had one exactly like them. So
Oh, I know. Oh my gosh, yes, yes.
life
And well,
before the smartphone.
right, and well, and
Yeah.
I stigmatized a lot of stuff too because people that know me know I'm original Star Trek all the way. I absolutely love Star Trek. I love
Hmm.
some of the other episodes of some of the different series, but the original Star Trek, I just absolutely love it. I mean, when I was a little kid, my parents would let me. I had to go to bed because Star Trek was on at like 10 o'clock at night. So I had to go to bed, and I was allowed to get up from 10 to 11 and watch Star Trek, and I had to go back to bed. That's how big of, they knew I would just have a fit if I wasn't allowed to do it. And so nowadays, I had come home. My mom had been very, very sick, and she wasn't doing well. And they made me, just leave. They're like, she's stable right now, but you need to go for a while. I'm like, okay, fine. I came home. My husband cooked me food, and he goes, just change into a robe or something and sit down and just watch TV. And the Star Trek was on that they had redone, and it was with Chris Pine and Zachary
Oh, yeah.
Quinto, and you know, oh gosh, the cast was Anton Yelchin, just amazing cast. And I started watching it. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll watch it. And then I fell in love with it. I'm like, oh my god, they did
Such
such
a
a
good
good
job.
job.
Yeah. I think the
Those
only thing,
actors.
yeah, they were like they're clones, the younger clones for sure. The only thing I didn't like about that series with this made up affair with Spock and Uhura, I thought, no, you lost me. Sorry, no.
I thought it was a good. It was good because I love Zoe Saldana. I love her anyways, but it didn't fit the narrative of the show because
Yeah,
it deviated way too much from the actual original characters. Now,
yeah,
they got away with it with me only because that they changed Spock's kind of the whole thing changed with um how Kirk lost his dad and that kind of stuff, and then they went back and there had been a time shift and that kind of stuff, and I kind of understand how they did some of it, but that really was not in the original narrative. So I think that did kind of because he's supposed to be emotionless,
yes,
and they had a hard time with one of the episodes, according to one of the memoirs from one of the cast. The episode is called "Tomorrow Is Our Yesterday," and it was one where they go down, of course, and they get thrown into a different time period by Mr. Atos, and Kirk Kirk goes back to the witch trials, and the guy figures out really quick that he's not supposed to be there, and he takes him back to where the portal was. Well, McCoy and Spock go to with Mariette Hartley is in that episode, and she just absolutely looks amazing. Damn those abs, girl, shit. And but she is in that episode with Leonard Nimoy and DeForest Kelley, and they had to figure out a way to explain why he was having all these emotions. So they finally had to think back of it and go, okay, well, this was 5,000 years in Vulcan past. So that's how they explained why he would have all these emotions. And then, so there's a few episodes that were fun for them to play because he did get to, smile and laugh as Mr. Spock, whatever. But no, I'm a diehard Trek, and I was amazed at myself. I was like, wow, I need to not listen to some other people about what they say about certain movies and just go ahead and watch it and make up my own minds. But it is what it is.
But I hate when they mess with canon. It just is. That's why I don't watch anything Star Wars past.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The fourth one, I think the fourth one, I went, oh yeah, okay. It's been a while since they made one, and it was interesting to get Darth Vader's story out. But then I
agree.
No.
Then they started doing Revenge of the Sith and all this other stuff, and they were going back to when Anakin Skywalker was a little kid, and I'm like, whoa, no. This is getting a little too much here. So that, I enjoyed some of the backstories and some of the newer films with Adam Driver as their son. As their son. And so those had meanings to the actual story. But could you imagine, Kathy, being a part of, we were watching some of those movies not long ago, and I said, could you imagine being like Adam Driver or Daisy, and here there's these amazing young actors, and they are getting to be on a film with legends. They're on, yes, they're on screen with, Peter Mayhew and, Kenny Baker. They got, to see Kenny Baker before he passed away. And, and to see these legendary actors in their original roles, how cool would that be? To go back. Same with, with Star Trek actually too, because, Zachary Quinto got to actually sit down with Leonard Nimoy. So, how that would be. Well, I've seen celebrities and stuff, and I'm, whatever. But to be in the room with that caliber of a celebrity would just be all. I'd be like, okay, let me sit in my head and think, okay, what do I want to ask them? I would just be flabbergasted. So that the fun of that and the excitement of that would just be, nothing less. That would be a career maker, that these people can look back and go, hey, I was on screen with, David Prowse and, the Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher. So I would just be like, wow, I can't believe it.
Oh God, yeah.
So I guess from one of the guys, somebody says, did you see that she wants us to film our life and our walking? Well, I don't have to do. Why? Why do I have to do that?
Yeah, we don't brag about going out. We do.
I don't go out and say I walk 10 miles a day and do whatever.
And lost 30 pounds in 4 days.
Yep, exactly. There's been a picture of me out, so it's not a big deal. It's on somebody else's channel. So I used my real picture for a little while. Wasn't a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't, because, like I said, I've promised, family that I wouldn't do that, and I'm not going to put my family stuff out there, and I'm just not going to do it. Mm-hmm. So I don't have to do it.
And I never said I was a skinny legend. I'm not
No,
telling people I'm a skinny legend. I'm not talking
nope.
about, you know, all these things that it's none of your business. I can keep my mouth shut.
Right, if she wants to see my cruise videos, I'll show them to her. I don't mind.
I'd like to see them too. We'll do a travel log.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yep, and I mean,
We'll have to do it
I
on
can.
your channel because mine won't support somebody else's videos.
Oh well, shoot, girl, I haven't been live in. Oh my God, I can't even tell you.
You did a little screen record one.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've done some
Yeah.
videos and stuff. Yeah, I do those from time to time, but I haven't been live in years. Oh my God. I went through now I hear it's really easy and I could just sign up and do it probably. But
Mhm.
before I used like Wirecast, I think is how I did it.
Oh,
And I had
oh.
to do it from the desktop and you had to tell it this and there's a process of how you had to do it. And it's just like a way. And the only reason I did it was back in the earlier days that friends just wanted a place to be able to chat. This was before, we had a lot of like Facebook groups and that kind of stuff and
Right.
Discord. This was just before Discord. And so they're all like, oh, hey, set this up. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll try. I'll do it. I'll do it. And I would just, because, I'm not a night owl anymore. And I would set it up and I would tell my husband, are you done for the night? Because he's an eBayer. So he's on there all the time bidding and doing all this other crap. Um, I'm like, are you done with the desktop? And he's like, yes. I'm like, okay, cool. If you see it running, just leave it alone. And he'd be okay. And he'd kind of look at me like, Quiz, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm set it up to go live and just put like little bubbles floating around, but those guys could chat. So,
Oh, cute.
yeah, and that was just back in the early day where you had the live stream and I could just put whatever up there and then the chat would be going and they could chat and do whatever. And then shortly after somebody discovered Discord and his Discord still exists and oh dear Lord, people wondered about how people say I don't have a thick skin. I dare you to be in that Discord for 10 minutes. You would be offended very easily. And oh, did you guys see that if you click in Discord now, you can report messages in Discord directly now?
Oh, good grief.
Yeah, because that happened to a friend of mine. It's the same friend, and he learned a very valuable lesson. He had to nuke his entire general chat because somebody with a grudge snuck in his Discord and was screenshotting stuff. And granted, like I said, some of those guys were colorful characters to say the least. And some of the stuff, my block list in Discord is miles long because I just learned just block them, block them. And it's
Yeah.
kind of a moot point in Discord because it says blocked message and all you have to do is click on it to read it. So it's not really that big of a thing. But I was just like, I don't want to see some of the stuff that they're posting. So it's called block. So I just block them and moved on. And we learned very early too. And of course, I'm a boomer. I admit it. We would,
Me too. Proud of it.
yes. And I learned very quickly to turn off my notifications because I got one of my girlfriends sent me, she goes, how many notifications have you gotten tonight? And I'm like, girl, I turned my shit off a long time ago. She goes, tell me how to do it. I just got like 600 notifications.
Oh, Jesus.
And because there would be people in there to do that shit on to you on purpose. So you would get a bing every time they added you. So she was got bing, 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 bing. And she's like, oh, this is pissing me off. And then it was classic, Kathy. And this is in the beginning. I turned off my notifications. Then I forgot how to turn them back on. So I was like, oh no. So then I'm juggling them back and forth. I'm turning them off and turn them on, turn them off and turn them on. Oh, what a mess. So, but yes, finally after years, I finally figured that shit out. But oh, it was so funny. So yes, some of the stuff in there would curl your hair. And somebody reported him for graphic violence and they got him. And he
Oh,
got a scolding letter from, and this was several years ago. He got a letter from Discord saying, "Shame on you, and you best not do that again." And what he did was, there was way too many. I mean, there's like 400 or 500 people in there. So he couldn't just go back and try to delete the inappropriate stuff. So he just had to nuke the whole general chat, and he was not happy. And I
that
said,
was
well,
bad.
yeah, but I'm like, lesson learned, dummy. He also got it too when his brother was over, and his brother thought it would be funny to put on an X-rated movie in the background. That got him a 90-day. He was furious because he didn't know. He wasn't paying attention. And we're trying to tell him, we're sending him messages, dude, hello, look behind you. But the beer had been flowing that night. And by the time he
Oh
caught it,
no.
the haters already reported him, and boop. And he had another channel and it didn't matter, but he was not happy about it because that's how everybody knew to find him, was the original channel name. So, and I think he fought it, and because he didn't get suspended for the whole 90 days. So I think after 30, he was fighting it, and they finally let him, have his, stuff back. But you just have to be so careful. So no, we're not going to ask, again, she twists stuff to her own narrative. We're not going to ask for anybody to show something enough to get their channel taken down. What? Stop. She even said that before, for me to show her door dashing. No, I never said that. I said it in a figurative way. I'd like to see her go up and down the stairs, because not every delivery is going to be on the ground floor 20 feet from your car.
And we know how big she is.
Exactly. And that doesn't really have anything to do with it.
Well,
I
no,
just know.
actually it does, because that will hinder. We all know she can't breathe properly. I
Right.
don't know if you ever saw that walking video she put up last summer, where she literally could not walk for 15 seconds before sitting down on the ground.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't know.
Yeah, and it. So, long story short, so I know that she cannot do what she's saying she's doing by door dashing. I
Right.
believe Carlos is doing it just, as a second job. But she has, if she's there, she's passenger, keeping him company, but she's not
Right.
actually doing anything. It's so physically
Right.
impossible for her to do that, going up
Right.
and
Yeah.
downstairs. You know.
Exactly. So, and that's just it. Everybody with a brain in their head gets it.
Hmm. Yeah, and all these horrible physical conditions she's got, like the knee, and yeah. Then don't tell us you got a physical job.
Right.
That's another reason
Exactly.
why nobody believes you.
Well, yeah, because again, why lie about it? Why lie about such trivial stuff that makes no difference? So that's what I don't get. I really don't. Like, nobody had been talking about this cruise. And then, but
Hmm.
all of a sudden, she's like putting videos up, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And then all of a sudden, she couldn't go anyways because they moved up her carpal tunnel surgery. And it's like, what? First it's like, you can't get on the boat because you got a fever. Well, then it's no, the boat left, a day late.
Night night.
And
Yeah.
okay. And then it was something else. So again, she's like, you can't look this. Of course you can look. This is the 21st century, folks. If you want a cruise schedule out of a certain port, all you got to do is look it up. If you want the schedule to where a ship is, all you got to do is Google where the ship is, and it'll give you the longitude and latitude where it is in the ocean. Because that cruise, by the way, on the Adventure of the Seas was going the Western Caribbean. So that is Mexico. So
Hmm.
it never went anywhere out as far as, and it depends on what part of the ocean you're in as to where you are. A lot of people, they talk about, Cuba and some of these places. Well, I'll just use St. Thomas as a perfect example. Part of St. Thomas is in the Caribbean, is on the Caribbean Sea. The other part of it is on the Atlantic.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yes, when you sail down, and my husband tripped out about this, and I'm like, honey, they talk about the Bermuda Triangle. Oh God, we've flown through the Bermuda Triangle, we sailed through it, I don't know how many times. And he's just now realizing that, going, really? I'm like, yeah, honey, you remember where the Bermuda Triangle is, right? So, but when you leave from Florida, the one side of Florida, the eastern coast, is the Atlantic Ocean. The west coast of Florida is the Gulf of Mexico. And the Gulf of Mexico goes all the way over to Texas. So that's the Gulf. Now, when you get down past and around the corner of Mexico, then that might be the Caribbean. I can't even remember, because then when you get up the other side of Mexico, that's the Pacific. So you're dealing with different oceans here. But when you sail down past Puerto Rico and you don't get to the Caribbean Sea till you go around the curve of St. Thomas and you come down to the south part. Then when you come around, that's the Caribbean. So, a lot of people go, oh, we were at Magens Bay in the Caribbean. Yeah, well, that is a Caribbean island, yes, but that was the Atlantic Ocean. So that's not the Caribbean. So, and maybe it's just I'm a stickler for details. I don't know, but I think it's, it's funny to me that people say that. But that cruise was, supposed to be what I think of a 4-night, something like that. And you don't get off the ship. I don't know. She was saying that, oh, well, we're going to get off the ship and spend 2 nights in the Caribbean island. No, you're going to Mexico, and you don't get off the boat. You stay on the ship. You don't get off the ship. So I'm not sure where she was coming up with that either. But again, it was very easy to look and very easy to check. So once I was made aware of it, yeah, I'm going to check. I'm the fact checker of the group. I'm going to look. So maybe I'm that bitch. I'm that stickler.
Yeah.
So,
well, we have to be to keep up with her.
but yeah, come on now. So if she's, gonna do stuff, she at least should do her homework so she doesn't,
But that would
get called out.
that would require her to fire up those 2 remaining brain cells she's got.
Oh, and didn't she say something not too long ago about there's a new rule now with social media and
in Texas?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
yeah. Actually, I was going to do a live about that. I pulled up all what the article actually said, and I thought, oh.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. We'll have to do that another time too, because the day is slipping away from me. But yeah, it's just like, oh my God, come on. So yes, Krusty, if you don't want to be talked about, then I suggest you zip it. Stop lying. Just be yourself. See if you can get some of these facts right. That be yourself. If you want people to like you, be yourself. Knock off the lying bullshit. But I don't think she can, because all this has gone on for years and years and years. I don't think she can help herself. But be prepared that if you're going to lie, I'm going to be right here and call you out on your lying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to prove anything. I'm not the one on there, like you said, saying these outlandish statements. Yep. So come up with something I've lied about, because saying some of the stuff that you've tried to pull out, right, that doesn't faze me a bit. And people that know me, that know behind the scenes, know about my family a little bit, and they know that's a bunch of bug. So whatever.
That's good. You got it. And yes, you're right. The time has gotten away from us. So big stretch, and we'll have to carry on this conversation again.
Definitely.
We're going to have to.
Well, yeah, because
Oh, I know
past
it's
history
never ending.
predicts future. Mm.
Okay, guys, we will pick it up again uh, when it's I don't know what I'm trying to say. We'll just pick it up again.
When
This
it
week,
rears its
maybe
ugly head.
when it years. Well, it's going to. She's live
Of
now,
course.
so she's going to go reeing into the void for the next, I don't know, 3-4 days.
Oh, of course. It's
Yeah,
Monday. The week has just begun. But I don't know about anybody else, but I got a busy week. So, hey, it is what it is. And again, don't delete the stuff. If you're going to talk about me, at least give me the courtesy to hear it. I mean,
yeah,
come
yeah.
on.
Big baby,
What fun is that? Jeez.
take a breath. Go out, touch some grass. Okay,
Exactly. Live and let
guys.
die. Good seeing you. Have a good day.
Alrighty. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for coming. We'll see you
Definitely.
again soon.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.